Well, messy yard, but what's today? February 4th. And this is my first time in a long time actually getting up in the morning as opposed to late afternoon, so figured I'd untarp the tractor here. I actually had the tarp off a few days ago, but it got too dark. These bungee cords helped me very much. And actually it's above freezing today too. Getting up to 40 degrees, I think. But anyway, here's my new paint job. Took the fenders off in November, I think, and repainted them. Except I did it a little more thoroughly. Scraped all the old paint off with the polycarbide disc. That's what it is. Sanded it, did about 3 coats of silver, sanded that, and at least 3 coats, or maybe 2 coats of silver, 3 coats of clear coat, and had to glob on that last one because I didn't want to have to sand it again and polish it. So I'm kind of surprised it hasn't cracked again. Last paint job I did, it just crazed all over the place and started chipping off, and it was a mess. But now it seems to be doing okay, even though we've had extremely cold situations. But let's see if this thing will start. I do have gas in the tank, and I actually have to drain some of it back out so I can use it for the generator. But let's see. I don't know if the battery's going to hold a charge. Nope. Need a new battery. So I guess I'll have to get the charger out and set it to jump. Okay, I got the battery charger hooked up. Left it on there for a bit and put some air in the tire because it sure likes to leak. And first let's see. Yeah, let's see if it just cranks the way it is now. See if we can drive it. really had trouble idling. I think it's due partly because of the ignition coil. That's unfortunate. Well, not bad for sitting. So yeah, I think it's just a video to show it's still running, and because I'm bored. Yeah, park it right in front of the pile of junk that has to go. Still been meaning to get a plow for, and actually I really needed one past couple times it snowed this year, but not nearly as badly as I would have last year. The one I want is still being made and will fit this chassis because they've used the same frame for 30 years. But it costs $260 brand new, and it's getting impossible to find on Craigslist with all the parts I need. Because, like, okay, spend X amount of money on a plow that just has the front plate, and then I have to spend $60 on extra mounting brackets, and then another, I don't know, like $5 or $10 on hardware just to mount it. Because they leave it bolted to their tractors. I have been wanting to put it to work, but unfortunately I haven't been able to do that this year either. And I still don't know if I'll be able to. But I just at least want to get it running at some point this winter. From what I can see, I have some other plans for it. Of course, finishing up my paint job, as you can see, the rust is pretty bad on the, or it's not really bad, but it's not very much favorable on the hood. It appears I have to get a new gas cap now because this one's cracked. Either that or I can just swap my old one back on. That one seems to still be okay. And at some point it got scraped apart. I don't know what on. But yeah. As for the engine, I want to at some point deglaze the cylinders and put new rings in, because the right hand side here is, I think it lacks compression, and it burns oil on that side. The engine itself likes to run rich, which I think is also due to low compression. So I want to replace my carburetor, but that's only because this one has a stripped out mixture screw. Otherwise I would have just rebuilt it. And I want to replace my intake manifold too, because my JB Weld job is kind of lacking. It holds the cable, but it doesn't hold it good enough. And I can't really fix it unless I were to weld that. And I kind of don't have any options when it comes to that right now. My new starter there is still doing okay, but it's shredding through gears like nothing. It may just be because I used aftermarket gears from Sten's. The recent one I put on is a genuine Brick and Stratton though, so I guess it's going to take a while before that one breaks, because one of the ones I had on it before didn't really break, but it split in half because I didn't put it on right. My battery needs to be replaced. It's from 2011, and it doesn't seem to like holding a charge all that well. Not sure what that's all about. Deck's sitting over there under the tan tarp, or the piece of trailer canopy. I have that very well protected from the weather, and so next spring I'll have that back out. I finished the paint on it. I don't think I did a video on it. I didn't. But I do have pictures of it. I did little numbers on my shifter plate. Kind of did a bad job at it, but it's something. I just like having it. I don't really need it. Yeah, I did that, and then I clear coated on top of it so it doesn't rub off that easily. I gotta do something about the dash because it's all plastic and it's gotta be sanded, deoxidized, and cleaned up. Everything on it's gotta be cleaned up, really. I gotta take off my side panels and get to the frame a little bit and try and get the rest of that rust off because I never actually did it the right way the first time. Get a cover for my seat. I might just go with a Walmart seat that just sits on top and has pouches in the back. My headlight's still busted out. Still gotta get a new lens. I don't know yet, but I think Parts Direct they might sell the lenses in pairs because they still appear to have the left-hand one in stock. I don't know if they sell them in pairs or what, because the right hand always appears to not ever be made anymore. Alright, let's get it parked. See if it starts back up. Alright. Alright, that's enough. Well, I guess there's not much else to say. It's forever a work in progress. I imagine if I can finish up the paint on the frame and the hood, it'll look grand. Be ready for summers to come. And I'm looking forward to it.